My name is Akiko Minobe. Now I work in a hotel, and it's a bright new hotel. It will open soon in 10 days. And before, I used to work as a tour guide. And I traveled around 145 countries, including Iran. And I was taking Japanese tourists to everywhere in the world.
Iran, yeah, I promised my followers that someday I will talk with you about your experience in Iran. How many times have you visited?
I don't remember exactly, but I think around 8 to 10 times I visited Iran, and it's really my favorite country.
Wow, great. Is it because of me that I'm
No.
no.
It's not a compliment.
I'm sure it's a real feeling because several times I heard it from you.
Before we go to Iran, we get a brochure, and in the brochure there is a lot of instruction, like wear black scarf and long black coat, and don't show your shape of body. And when you read that, everybody become afraid. Oh, what is the country?
Right.
So that was my first image.
Right. This is from Japan's embassy, right?
Japan, yeah, maybe Iranian embassy of Japan. They have something like that, and they give it to the travel agent to follow that.
They say you have to wear black
And
long.
so, my client said, oh, I don't have that kind of coat, so I have to go and buy. So everybody buys new coat to go to Iran.
Wow. And when you visited Iran, it was
And
totally
yeah, and
different.
when we visit there, everybody say, oh, we look more Iranian than normal Iranian.
more Arab.
More Arab, yes,
Yeah.
more Arab.
With Arab.
With very long coat till the boots.
Wow.
And everybody very black or brown or no bright color. And so everybody, after we come back to Japan, we had a lot of complaint that, the travel agent told us to buy black long coat, but nobody was wearing.
And maybe in the street everybody was
Looking, what's that Asian people with black coat?
what they are doing here. Maybe they are from some
So.
agency to visit here. Right. And before that you visited some Arabic countries, right?
Some Arabic country also, yes.
And how was there? I mean, did they have kind of this brochure to have dress code?
Dress code, no. The only dress code I had was Saudi Arabia, and they had very strict code.
Right.
And one of my colleague was arrested in Saudi. She
I
was,
want to hear that.
she was a woman. She was my colleague, and the tour guide was man. And they, after the work finished, they went out together to maybe some coffee. And it's forbidden there to.
I think now situation is
has changed?
going to change. I've heard.
So that
I've
time
never
it
been
was forbidden. Just the wife and husband could go out together. So, and they were not. So they were arrested, I heard. And the Japanese embassy had to come to rescue them.
to intervene. Wow. Okay. So you had that experience, and maybe when they gave you the dress code about Iran, you believed
Well,
that.
yes.
This is
Okay, same
Islamic
thing,
country, the same situation. But when you enter Iran, first city is Tehran. you
Tehran,
believe, right?
yes.
And Tehran is
Very different.
very different.
Especially the young girls, I love their fashion. They're so fashionable. Especially the way they wear the scarf, I love it.
very unique in Islamic countries, I guess.
Especially Iran, I asked many girls how they do it, because they put something here to make their head bigger.
Oh, Philips. it was fashion in that time.
Really?
Not now.
Not now. So I bought that, and then I bought a scarf, and I did like same.
You felt very Iranian,
Yes.
but now fashion has changed. If
Oh,
you
really?
go to Iran,
No,
be careful.
it's
not
old
to have
fashion.
this-
Old fashion. I was wondering if their hairs are so long, and I tried to touch it.
No, it was a fashion maybe exactly. When I was a university student in Iran around 10 years ago, it was a fashion.
was a fashion.
To have a very big.
Very big. And they make their scarf to the back.
Yeah. But with some pins.
Pins,
they
and
made it
the scarf is
symmetric.
like here. And all the Japanese was like that, and Iranian girls, the scarf was here.
I think the origin of this big head comes from Turkey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for them it's like a fashion to have not that big. Maybe Iranian wanted to a bit exaggerate or make it more internal, kind of domesticated. So they had this fashion, but it was kind of short trend. And
really?
after now they make jokes about this.
Oh, really?
fashion.
And the big head
Why?
and the tiny coat, and they make it very tight.
No. Maybe I haven't been to Iran since 5 years ago, but I've heard, and when I check the Instagram, fashion is totally
Oh,
different, and
really?
they make a lot of jokes about that. Now maybe it's more like young generation in Japan, kind of loose coats,
coat.
looser coats, and not big head.
Not big.
Do you know mosques? You visited some mosques, and they said they made a mosque.
Mosque here, yes. It was so
dome.
big. I always wanted to touch it. I asked her, can I touch?
I remember in university, some of my classmates had too big kind of pins, clips here, too big, because
big.
their own hair was short. And they had to put too big kind of flower design clips to have it big.
But I really liked it. It's my good memory.
Okay, I will let you to have that again, but please be careful.
Old
because maybe
fashioned.
people will take some photos.
Photo.
Oh, this
Oh.
person came from. Okay.